Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «Голубь мира», где разбираем крутые навыки, спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about summarizing and let's start with the definition.
When you read some book, when you have been to the film, when you have conversation by phone or with somebody, you could be asked, please give me summary of what was happening and how it was. Is it worth to go? Is it worth to see? Is it worth to think about? And in this case, you should create a short story, a short essay, and it should be like 10 or 20 times shorter, but with the quite essence things. So you should put just main thoughts in this maybe written form or maybe in conversation.
And when it comes to, I probably will start like from something which is a different. What I kind of noticed, like while speaking with the people who hired me, like in whatever ways, they would usually prefer to have some sort of like an executive summary, meaning that you speak brief, and if needed, you can go to the details. Even they don't really receptive to what you're saying, they at least like would show some signs of the impatience because probably their time is like valued a lot. So. How we could approach to the skill like when we're trying to pass some information to someone.
You know, you should be able to create several presentation of your thinking. For example, if you will be asking some person who is quite standing high, you should talk like 10 seconds. It's quite enough to main understanding. If you would be asked to make it more details, you could make it for 30 seconds more, but do not go deeply in conversations that will be never ending. The same like with our question and answers. If you will be talking more than 40 seconds, you will be boring for everyone. But if you will be creating like ladders or steps, you will be listening. Okay, for example, Maxim, what was you doing yesterday at night? And you will say, I have been to cinema. Okay, what was cinema about? I have been to Duna 2. Okay, is it was interesting? Yes, it was amazing pictures.
And when we're trying to, like build a structure in our head and try to walk someone through this journey, what kind of things we need to consider and how can we make sure that, like we speak not so dry, but we still, like put some, there is a saying, put some meat on the bone.
If, for example, you will be asking how to cook, I don't know, egg, and you could spend like several minutes. You will explain how you will go to the shop, how you will choose this egg, how you will buy it, how you will carry back to the home, how you will crack it down, or then how you'll put on the pan, how you will make it salted, and so on. But from other side, you should understand what the person is asking exactly. How you do, how often you do, is there something special what you do? So this is the main question to understand what is the main issue you would be asking. For example, you read the book, and this book contains, I don't know, like 600 pages, and if you will try to explain, there are several heroes and they were fighting about gold, and they were fighting with Indians, and they were using pirogues, and they were living in mountains. Everyone would say, oh, come on, can you make it short? And not too many people can make it short. For example, if you have been to some vacation in, I don't know, Singapore, and you will be asked, what is cool of Singapore? You could say, come on, the main thing about Singapore, that Changi airports has like 500 prizes for unique design.
And sometimes summarizing might be helpful, like when we in the conversation, maybe it's a conversation with our teammates, or maybe sometimes there is a conversation when we're left alone, but we still need to do the summarizing. So how we would approach to both of those cases, when we speak to someone or when we're left with ourselves.
You should use this always after each day. At the end of the day, you could sit, you could lay, you could be in the shower or in jacuzzi, and give you several minutes to repeat all the day. And suddenly you will find that nothing to say. But after 1 week of this rehearsal, you will be a very good speaker, and you will be telling what you do. And you know, there would be also another good change in your life. You will be thinking all the day, okay, but at the end of the day, I will be asked by myself to tell the story I have been living in, but I do nothing. So maybe I would read a book, maybe I will do some project, maybe I will talk with friend. You know, this summarizing will fill yourself, will fill your life with essence. You will know that at some point you will be responsible before yourself for spending your time.
I do believe it's very similar to the case thinking because like whatever you start doing something, you think about, okay, what will be the summary? And again, like what will be the format of the summary, whether it's like a slide, like story, or maybe an article or anything like that. And when it comes to, like even summarizing something, some like interactions with which we would have with the world, like what should be the structure of the summary itself, besides of the story, like what exactly happened, what other parts that we may want to consider to embed into it?
First, you should understand what was your result. For example, today I was asked by one friend of mine. He was telling me, I am quite desperate. I have so many problems. Can you please give me several thousand of US dollars? And I was summarizing for myself. He was telling me good things, how he happy to see me, but suddenly he asking for a great sum of money. So maybe he do not want to tell me everything, but he forced because he need money. So if we will summarize, he just need money, nothing to tell more. For example, you have been to the shop and you find nice dress and you are hesitating. Is it worth to buy? And so then you return to the home and you will be asking by your girlfriend, but maybe you will buy me it. And if I don't like, I could change it in the same shop, and you will be stunned. Okay, yes, in second time I can do this. So summarizing will help you to understand if it is possible to improve your behavior in the next time.
And I do remember that you also said like that you should be maximum cynical when it comes to summarizing. Like you should really maybe distinguish yourself, or I think the better word would be like detach your ego, your personality, and just like try to use the facts. And when it comes to like some things that probably may hurt you or like may hurt you the people that you're summarizing for, how you should be go about this. Like let's say if it comes to yourself, should you be diplomatic? Or when it comes to summarizing for someone else, whether it's your boss, your girlfriend or boyfriend or your friends, like should you be like a sugarcoating truth, or you should be like like diplomatic and still find the ways to deliver the message while being constructive?
Better to be cynic one. You know, if you will be, for example, going to and trying to sell something, and at the end of the day you will have a lot of promises from your future or prospective clients, but after several weeks suddenly you will find that you have no money. So it is much better at the end of the day understand that I am not selling, I'm just listening to the lie. And this cynicism will help you to understand what is going on. For example, you will come to the girl and say, come on, let's go to the restaurant, and he will tell you, I have no time. And you will think, okay, I will invite her in the next time. But if you are cynic, you will be just closing this door. I will never ask this girl because if he likes me, she would use all the abilities to go with me to restaurant, or maybe she would be immediately propose another day and time.
And when we look into probably business relationship, like for example, like there were a couple of cases when the customer, like the consultancy one, was asking some, I would say like a tough questions, and he would waiting for immediate answer. So what I was thinking might be the mindset: first, like reply fast. Second, like be honest. Don't really like try to sugarcoat anything. And third one, try to give some sort of like options, like or maybe a structure to your answer. So what might be the approach again, like when we're trying to make a deal with someone, or we've been hired to solve certain problem, what might be the expectation when it comes to providing the summary for the senior staff of the company?
There is an ironic American joke, something like this. If you approach to a consultant who earn money very fast, you will be asking him a question, and the consultant will reply, what do you want? You want unpaid question or paid consultancy? And you will be say, okay, maybe unpaid question, and he will be then take paid consultancy.
Well, this is a nice way for consultants to go about it. And when it comes to summarizing, let's say, like even between your teams, like when you do all of the interactions, etc., should you keep it like in somewhere in some system? Let's say, for example, there is like a meeting notes that you would send, or should you just like like speak to each other to make sure you are on the same page? So, how to use summarizing to improve the communication within the team, or maybe between the groups of the teams?
Different people have different vision, different expectation, and different thinking about what will happen next. So to be on the same page, better to lead yourself and lead your group and tell to everyone what you're thinking will happen in a very short way. And suddenly you will see that some people will blink and suddenly will become sad because everyone wants to hope for the best, but you will tell, okay, I do not believe that we'll make this deal or we'll finish this project in time. Maybe I'm not believe that we will get a good profit. So everyone will become more stable without any fantasy in the head.
Well, and my last question will be how knowing about summarizing would help to make this world a better place.
You know, when you're trying to be boss, when you're trying to have your business, after different iteration, you should take some chances. For example, you will be approached by someone who work for you, and this person will tell you, "I'm thinking maybe you could rise my." Salary, and you will say, now I have no chance. But at the end of the day, you should think if it is worth to rise the salary, or maybe it is better to find someone else.
А мы рассмотрели навык резюмирования и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира!